Every investigation begins with a single question. Where does the evidence come from? For more than a century, investigators believed the Grand Onyx Theatre simply refused to let its past die. They were wrong, because memories do not remain inside the theatre. They are collected, filed, preserved. When a structural survey uncovered a hidden chamber beneath the eastern stage, investigators expected nothing more than abandoned storage rooms. Instead, they found an archive that should never have existed. The first investigators believed the archive had been built long after the theatre opened. It was a reasonable assumption. Old buildings change, rooms are added, walls disappear. But every surviving blueprint contains the same impossible detail. Beneath the eastern stage, there is empty space. According to the plans, that chamber should not exist. Modern laser scans tell a different story. Hidden behind solid stone lies a chamber nearly 30 meters long. B3 maintenance. Workers reported carrying heavy archive boxes into that chamber during renovations in 1958. All three described endless shell card catalogs and thousands of perfectly preserved files, stretching far beyond the reach of their flashlights. Yet those witness statements no longer exist inside the official investigation. Only damaged copies survived. Someone didn't erase the witnesses. They erased the evidence that the witnesses had ever spoken. The first confirmed entry into the archive took place during a structural survey in 1974. Investigators believed they had discovered an abandoned storage room hidden behind a collapsed wall. Instead, the light revealed shelves stretching far beyond the reach of their flashlights. Every shelf was perfectly organized. Every box carried a year. Every year matched a performance held inside the Grand Onyx Theatre. Inside the boxes, they found theatre programs, audience lists, photographs, handwritten letters, audio reels, and personal diaries that had never been published. Nothing appeared damaged. The paper had not yellowed. The ink had not faded. Even magnetic recordings remained perfectly preserved. At first, investigators believed the archive existed only to preserve history. That theory collapsed the moment one investigator noticed the same visitor listed for different times. Despite official records proving the person had attended the theatre only once, investigators initially assumed the duplicate files were nothing more than clerical errors. That explanation lasted less than 5 minutes. The same visitor appeared in 4 separate files, each documenting a different performance. According to official city records, Evelyn Hart attended the Grand Onyx Theatre only once. Yet the archive insists she witnessed 4 completely different nights. Every file contained photographs. The same woman, the same face, different clothing, different conversations, different audiences. Each report described different weather, different performances, even different endings to the same evening. The handwriting never changed. The signature never changed. Every version claimed to be the original. Perhaps the investigators had been asking the wrong question. What if the archive isn't preserving the past, but every possible version of it? If every choice creates another record, then every visitor leaves behind more than a memory. They leave behind every life they could have lived. The documents were disturbing enough, but the audio recordings changed the entire investigation. Investigators recovered hundreds of magnetic tapes. Each contained interviews with former visitors of the Grand Onyx Theatre. The voices sounded ordinary, calm, cooperative. Many described performances in remarkable detail. Researchers attempted to identify the speakers. Birth certificates, hospital records, employment files, census documents. Nothing. It was as though every person interviewed had been erased from history, except inside the archive. One recording has never been publicly released. Only its transcript survive. If you're listening to this, the archive has already started writing your file. That sentence appears nowhere else. No author, no witness, no explanation. For the first time, I wasn't certain whether I was reading the archive, or whether the archive was reading me. The investigation should have ended there. Instead, one final cabinet remained unopened, unlike every other cabinet inside the archive. This one carried no date, no catalog number, no record of its existence. Investigators insisted no one touched it, yet every surviving photograph shows the drawer, already open. Inside were thousands of personal files. Every folder carried a single name. No date, no classifications, only identities. One investigator later claimed. The names felt strangely familiar. Friends, family, neighbors, people he believed he had always known. Then one folder moved, not because someone touched it, because it chose to. Recovered notes end here. No investigator ever described opening the folder. No report explains what happened next. Only 3 words remain. Perhaps some archives preserve history. The Grand Onyx Theatre preserves everyone who chooses to remember it. Tell me, my darlings, if your file was waiting inside the archive, would you open it?